Hello and welcome back here to the DPC South America Division 2 Gorillas Pride versus Omega Gaming in quite a roller coaster of a game. Gorillas Pride takes game number 1, but what is going to happen here in game number 2, we'll tell you. I am aponzeus, and with me here is Bowie. Are we surprised about these bans here? I'm not.
Oh yeah, they're definitely onto something, right? Because they won game one. They still feel very confident that the Shaker, the Dawnbreaker are heroes they should be careful about. And Omega, I'm pretty sure they banned the... Oh, so they do ban the Snapfire this time, so they value that a lot. Will Gorillas just get the Rubik again? What? How do you do this?
And I've thought a little bit during the break. I thought a little bit about this Rubik pick that we've seen now so much. And it opens up so much for your draft and also just prevents the enemy for wanting to go for heroes that have good spells.
Yeah, it's like the South America region loves Rubik. I think NA also loves a little bit too much. You don't see that much of, or at least like Rubik first phase, like first pick, like we're seeing that much. But it seems to be working really well. I do feel like those four, I think it kind of enables that fourth pick disruptor we're seeing a lot, where the enemy commits for a Tidehunter or commit for something. So you kind of guarantee your four, and you can always get this very impactful support later on into the draft. But
They're gonna go for the Mars. Kara, he might have died a few times, but he was giga farmed.
He was an absolute unit. He even got the Ags at the end there.
Yeah.
He had no cares.
Now, how is Omega Gaming gonna adjust here? Because I felt like they had good answers to the Mars, especially early on. Like, Kara did not have a nice game to begin with, but he made himself a nice game with the way he played.
I think the lane was really good. Obviously, the Bloodseeker having so much pure damage into the Mars is good. But if you're going Bloodseeker early, maybe you have to swap your bans, because the bans that they went for, they were tailored towards having a gyro carry. But at the end of the day, obviously, it debated Gorilla's Pride, but it also debated Omega themselves, because you had this Bloodseeker versus PA, because PA was obviously left into the draft. So we'll see how they deal with this. I think gyro by itself is already very good versus Mars. You have that magic damage from the Rocket Barrage. You have the missile. You're a fast boy, ranged, hard to get pinned down in the laning stage.
Yeah.
Uh,
A lot of reserve time already being used here early on in this draft. Like, I feel like that often shows that these two teams know each other very well and most likely have scrimmed against each other a whole bunch. And we're gonna go for a Hoodwink.
Love it.
Hoodwink over what they had in the previous game, the Snapfire, as a position for a little bit more burst damage single target.
Yeah, and I think it addresses two things that they struggled with. It has a break for the Mars, and it has a break for that PA. So in case they still want to go Bloodseeker and they felt like that was a good pick against the Mars lane, I think it's going to be a much better overall game, because, just popping BKB like PA did against Kisses in that game is not going to be as effective, because you're still going to take a lot of damage and you're going to be broken for the position.
Yeah, broken in the
Disruptor,
sense
though,
that you don't have your passives, not that you're overpowered.
yeah.
They picked the Disruptor and then banned out the Tidehunter. I feel like it's very interesting. Usually we think about Disruptor being this big counter to Tidehunter, but they say, even if we have the Disruptor, we don't want to give away Tide.
Yeah, interesting, right? They did the same thing in the first game. I was gonna mention it and I forgot. Obviously, if the Tide eventually gets Blink, if the Tide is not a support, the Disruptor by itself is not gonna be enough of a counter. So I think this is mostly about, preventing Storm Spirit picks, preventing, some other mobile carries that we usually see. All right, so
The
they still
Sniper
take the
ban once
Sniper.
again.
Yeah, they have this. They definitely screamed a lot against Omega, because they're pretty much going for almost the same bans. I think this could be exactly the first 5 bans they went for in the other game. Maybe in a different order.
Maybe not the Legion. Maybe the
I think
Legion?
Legion was banned, but I don't remember which side actually banned it.
Yeah, I don't remember. What I do remember is that there was no Sven banned in the previous game.
Nice.
Which this time is being banned out by Omega Gaming. What does that say to you that they ban out a Sven?
Well, I think Sven is not the same thing as a PA, but it is a fast farming core that is also bursty. So if you think about the types of heroes you don't want to face, if you ban Sven, I'm sorry, the type of hero you want to pick, and so you ban Sven, I would say Luna can oftentimes be that hero. Sometimes squishier heroes like well, Faceless Fight is not necessarily a counter by Sven, but they go for it anyways. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
gonna have.
guess the Sven just farms too fast, and the tempo that they are playing for would be harder.
Mhm.
Okay, I see.
Faceless Void here gonna be coming out from Omega Gaming and Gorilla's Pride. They're gonna immediately gonna go with some sort like kind of a counter with the Shadow Demon being able to disrupt whoever you go on. As the Faceless Void and save them from the Chronosphere. And the Lina.
Okay.
Oh. Now we see a
Yeah.
lot of Lina in North America in the mid lane, especially Lina is all the hype. Um, what makes them pick Lina here? Because I feel like against the Faces Void, you're not that confident.
I think it depends. A hard counter to Faceless Void is Blink Dagger, and so going for this, Travels BKB Blink build wouldn't be too hard. And Lina not only split pushes really well, but can also attack inside the Chronosphere. So the Void, if this Lina is farmed enough, he won't be able to stand in the Chronosphere even with BKB. So it's an interesting approach. He's also lane dominator. They because of the disruptor being picked, they already eliminate a lot of the options Omega Gaming can go for as carries, which probably gives them safety that the Lina, is able to be picked. I'm okay with this. They have good setup with the Spear into LSA, Shadow Demon disruption into LSA, so even rotations are very possible considering their heroes.
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of new heroes coming out in this second phase of this game, of this draft here. How are you feeling about here that we see the Dark Seer for Omega Gaming?
So yeah, I mean, Darkseer works really well against either range heroes or melee heroes that don't wave clear that well. So, um, I guess they're assuming that with this Faceless Void, going for a range hero that can also go Blink would be an interesting idea. So the Darkseer, if they go Drow, it's not that easy of a lane for the Drow Ranger. But the Darkseer just works really well with the Faceless Void because you don't need to be farmed to get Chronosphere kills, because the Iron Shell damage alongside the Surge usually just allows you to kill everyone. So that's an interesting idea. You're not forced into like a Midas or a Maelstrom. You can fight early and you're still gonna look really good. They take the Juggernaut away. Alright.
So what's the carry here for Gorilla's Pride?
Let me think. So range heroes look carry, but they're gonna go worse. Yeah, like you want something that can kill the Iron Shell creep. You also want something that ideally doesn't die in the Chronosphere. So eventually, when Ursa has eggs, or if you just jump the Faceless Void yourself, you can take really good fights. They have good Roche. It's an interesting approach. I think this is fine, although I do feel like overall the Faceless Void late game is such a massive hero, especially if they get a mid hero that can also do damage inside the Chronosphere. Maybe
Yeah, Faceless
a
Void, like
Viper.
it feels like Gorilla's Pride where it's much more on a timer in this game than they were in the previous one.
I think so. Yeah, I definitely think so. They kinda, the 23rd pick their Ursa and still doesn't feel that good for G Pride, because I feel like this matchup is 50-50, slightly Void favored, depending on how late or farm the Ursa is.
We'll see what the Omega Gaming drafts for their last pick. And it is going to be the Storm Spirit.
All right, so less damage inside the chrono, but more catch. So he can easily force Lina's BKB. He doesn't care about arena.
Wait. Do you see who picked up Face's Void?
Oh, whoa! So that is the I love this, man. I love this. So it ends up being a support void that can make use of the Iron Shell and do time dilation. This low with Iron Shell is super good. I like this. It also completely destroys the Shadow Demon because as long as he gets time dilated, he's not spamming that freaking E. The Lean is not spamming spells. This is super interesting. Whether it's gonna work, I don't know, but it's bold and I just love it.
That's a very interesting adjustment here. So it's going to be a position 1 Gyrocopter and a position 5 Faces Void, unless they're role swapping, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah, me too.
So, and there has been some position 5 Faces Void. For people who are not familiar with, why does position 5 Faces Void work?
Yeah, so I mean they just buffed time dilation a lot. They made it actually does damage now and it's a significant amount. In this particular game, it actually works well because Darkseer wants a melee support so that you can make use of the Iron Shell. And Void not only has a mobility spell, which allows him to easily do Iron Shell damage, but he can also slow people. It's just, and also like because he has HP talents. I mean, I guess he used to have HP talents. He doesn't have anymore. But he's still like this tanky guy that can get jumped and still live, right? People pick Ogre because he breaks smokes, gets attacked and might still survive. The Void is similar. It was much better when you had a Strength talent at 10 and Raw HP talent at 15. They still feel like it's a good idea. Let's see if Omega Gaming is right.
Let's see, a little bit of unorthodox drafting. I'm always a big fan of that. And we'll see how it is going to work out. As Gorilla's Pride, gonna just place a little bit of a trap here. Looking to trap somebody. But nobody's gonna walk into it.
Yep. They're just gonna chill with the Ursa peeking through the trees.
Do you think it is a better lane for the it's a better lane against Darkseer as Gyrocopter over the Faces Void?
I personally really like to melee heroes with when you have this Darkseer lane. That's why they play, Earth Spirit, Darkseer, Nyx Darkseer. If they want to play,
there's gonna be an invasion here from G Pride. They find disruption, but not really a follow up there. Chan, he has a time walk, takes a lot of damage, and just time walks it off.
That's so funny, right? Like he was just standing there. He's like, "Guys, attack me! I'm gonna heal everything back up," but he didn't do any damage. Like, how worth it was that time walk? I'm not sure, but I want to be entertained, and so far it is working.
John is saying, "Are you not entertained?" Pretty much.
Yeah, I guess it does. Like the Void is not bad against the Shadow Demon Mars lane because he can take that huge instance of Shadow Poison damage if the Shadow Demon ever learns that spell, and still like time walk all of that off. The Spear at the earlier levels doesn't do that much stun duration, so it can also time walk the damage. This hero is deceptively really good. 4 armor, good move speed, decent damage. He's gonna be super annoying.
I'm gonna go on to this Gyrocopter here and just putting some harass onto him. Meanwhile, the mid lane, we're gonna have Alina versus the Storm Spirit. It was the last pick Storm. How do you feel about this lane and his game for Tano?
It can look really good if he gets ganked by that disruptor. If he gets an early 6, it can look awful, right? You don't want to go use Scepter on Storm like you do on Void. You also don't want to rush BKB. You either want a Bloodstone or a Kaya Sanj or an Orchid. It is rough. If they constantly get jumped, he's not gonna be doing his job, which is jump the disruptor. If they do play from ahead, then it can look awesome, actually, because you kite the Ursa, you don't care about arena. We'll see. He's having a pretty good lane so far, so that's positive.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, the one thing that, as you said, like, it gives him some more jump. That's something that they kind of don't have with the Darkseid, especially not until he has a Blink Dagger. That hero does take a little bit of time to get online, as Lysex's gonna get ran at here by now, and he gets the first blood against the Darkseer.
Yeah, that's I think he had boots coming. No, it was a bottle. I'm not a big fan of that build, especially when you are against the Disruptor. I think having the move speed is better than having the stats, right? But we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, let's see. As so far, Hoodwink and Disruptor just trading some damage towards each other. And then that's another deny on a range creep there. I feel like I've seen like the two denies from the Ursa are both on range creeps.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job.
That's gonna be the glimpse onto the Hoodwink. That's gonna be another kill for now. Even use the salve. Oh.
And that's, you know, why I kind of prefer the Faceless Void being here, because he can time walk through the kinetic field. He's higher armor, can also time walk the Ursa damage. This Hoodwink is just a creep, and no, we'll see if they can recover. But this is the dream start for Ursa this time, and it's very similar to first game, right? Now having the dream start, just getting kills.
They're gonna find a bushwhack here onto the Disruptor. Has a Fairy Fire, but it's not going to be enough, and Dark Demon gets that kill.
Good. Very, very good. In terms of mid lane here, Tano starting to suffer. He's forced to jungle the small camp creeps because the Lina is a super oppressive hero. The only time he can go to the lane is when he actually goes for the warrior runes there. But he will have some experience disadvantage just because he has to do that very often.
As down bottom once again now, and Janek just gonna run at Lysex, force the surge. And that just leaves the Darkseid just with less and less and less experience. Also the denies coming in here for that Ursa. Like now I feel like he's once again having an absolutely outstanding start to his game.
He definitely is. The Ursa last pick, probably knowing that they played this support Void, they did go for this, and it's working well.
Oh, there's gonna be the spear onto Chan, and they just... Okay, they get the kill up top, and they get the kill down bottom. This is not looking so good for Omega Gaming. And Dark Demon gonna get ran at here by now. Gonna be brought down as...
Oh my god, the Jar might die here.
Uh-oh.
He's blocked.
These side lanes are going horrendous for Omega Gaming. As just gonna...
He needs another Shadow Poison, no mana
doesn't have the mana for it, and they don't go for the spear, so he will be fine. But they force him away from the wave. Like this is nearly as much as if he would die.
I think it would be better if he died, because there's a Void with no boots running to the lane to salve him. And until that happens, he's just... Oh. Okay, he's not gonna die. Got to. There you go. Salve finally arrives.
Disruptor committed Sudoku.
Now it's pretty low, so looks like they might be able to do some decent damage. They're looking for the Ursa. He was in a different position. Could still die though. Oh,
you still have to be so careful against him. He has the Enrage. Dark Demon. Gonna be in the trees thanks to the scurry. Now the stun connects here onto Tano. He has level 6, so he will be fine. Gets out. As now they're trying to go onto Kara here. He just walks away.
Yeah, this Storm has so much heavy lifting to do. He needs to gank the side lanes. He needs to pressure Lina. Did get level 6 without dying, so he's the one hero on the side of Omega that I think is in a prime position to be impactful.
They're gonna go onto the Ursa here with the Acorn Shot. Get the kill! A lot of patience there coming out from Omega Gaming, and they get a big kill onto this Ursa bear, going the way of the Hoodwink.
All right, that was very necessary. Much needed kill.
Also making some
Ursa.
stacks here in the hard camp, so it's gonna help the Darkseid to recover. As uh-oh, up top the arena has come out. That's gonna be a dead gyrocopter, Chan. Time dilation.
Bash. Bash.
I send the spear.
God.
Oh no.
I wanted to hype this support void so much, but this is not the performance I expected.
It is not looking that great right now.
Yeah,
It
like
just feels like these side lanes are going so poorly, and don't look at net worth, but the Ursa is very farmed.
he is. You know, okay, they're gonna. Oh no, I thought Tana was gonna jump to Lina. But that's why I think like this Void Gyro lane doesn't synergize that well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could have done a more impactful job, but still here with Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can somehow get some good Chronospheres and be impactful. But then Lina, look at
Oh,
the
he's
stacks.
been found by the Ursa, so he's gonna be forced to walk away. And yeah, Tao is
Hold
gonna
it.
take some big stacks here made by Dismar.
Oh, Void.
They find maybe a counter kill on Genek here. And they find the D ward, so that's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
So given the position that actually, if you take a look at net worth, it's like actually less than 1,000 net worth lead for Omega Gaming. And do you just feel like the net worth right now is on more impactful heroes for the Radiant?
Yeah, I also feel like it's a momentum sort of thing. Like Darkseer playing from behind. He's not a Mars. He's not a Tidehunter, right? He's not gonna smoke, use ult, get kill. Like it really doesn't work like that in this game. So they are now forced to farm a mech on Lisex. Eventually, he might be able to show up in a fight. This Void doesn't really do anything after laning stage if he doesn't have Chrono. They're gonna have to smoke with Tano. He has a lot of weight on his shoulders. Let's see if he can prove the haters wrong.
Well, we'll have to find out here, Tano.
Average
With the
no
smoke,
Lina,
they're
that's
finding
good.
Tao here. See him under the ward, and it's gonna get bushwhacked, and he is dead. Dismar not in range for the disruption. So that's a big kill there onto the Lina.
Yeah, they need to keep getting those kills and buy time for just Gyro to recover because there's gonna be such an early
Oh.
defusal on the Ursa.
Now tried to go for a sneaky Roche, but Tano was right in front of it and broke the smoke and put down a ward.
That's so funny. He had money for the defusal, but she's like, guys, I'm gonna buy a Morbid Mask and I'm gonna rush at 10 minutes. But backfire. Like, this actually, slows his timing quite a bit. This is not a small thing.
As down bottom, Genek has been found. That is another kill here for Omega Gaming.
Lots of small things starting to this is kinda similar to game one, honestly.
Yeah.
Like Deep Right stomps the lane so hard and somehow Omega starts to find the small little openings here and there.
And they are aware, like Omega Gaming is aware that the next thing that Dio wants to do is take like a sneaky Roche with that Ursa. And they know they need to stay on top of that. They have the ward there, they have heroes relatively around of it. And this Hoodwink is very farmed and very leveled. Level 8 already, maxed out Bushwhack, 2 points in the Acorn shot.
Yeah, I mean he's the same level as Gyrocopter right now. Alright, so both teams actually scanning the Roche side there.
I was like, oh, scan from both teams there. And we'll see.
Alright, Tano getting close to his Orchid. Still needs a couple, maybe 3-4 minutes for that to be. There you go. They're gonna force this
It's gonna be
smoke.
the smoke. They see the ward.
Oh.
They're not gonna de-ward it yet. Chan has Chronosphere.
He gets a glimpse of Dismar there.
Yeah, they're gonna de-ward. the stun going to be that they find the kill onto the face's void? Is that going to be enough for Radiant to do Roche? Now says yes.
I don't know.
They're gonna go onto Kara, however, there's gonna be the wall dropped. He is very tanky. Call down, Arena coming out here, and the Static Storm committed. Gonna go, but there's no further follow-up damage. Trying to go onto the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter is gonna go down. Now trying to go onto tower. The Bushwhack connects once again from the Hoodwhack. It's not enough damage to finish her off, however.
Haste on Tano.
Oh, with that haste, might be able to make something happen. Just persuade anybody from going any further. Jump forward here onto Janek. They're actually gonna find the Chronosphere onto two of them. They still have any damage into it. The Bushwhack follow-up onto the Ursa. Ursa gets the Enrage plus stick off. Oh no! Oh no, he nearly died, but then the stick plus Enrage is just too much and it takes two heroes down.
Yeah, there was a certain point there where the Gyro died to Arena, where I think Omega could have maybe just chilled a little bit. Like, the important part was that Ursa didn't Roche, not necessarily that they get kills. When they use the Chrono like that, I think it just gives Roche for free. I really want to see what Now's gonna do once everyone respawns.
Yeah, the way he's walking, wants to farm. Oh yeah, Tano even jumped in there with the ball lightning, saying, "Hey, anybody up? Anybody?" And now, not gonna go into the Roche yet.
I really like the combo though, having the Chronosphere into, a good Acorn shot. They can even like vacuum everyone into the same position to get like a 5-man Acorn shot. I want to see that. That's the dream this game. Oh, now
Chan finds him.
Roaching.
There's gonna be the glimpse. Not quite in time, but the Arena catches the Hoodwink. Storm gonna jump in there. There's gonna be a Static Storm, however, and Storm, he's been staticked and he's dead. And now Lissex, oh no, that's just bleeding kills. That's one after another going in there, and they already took the Aegis on the Ursa, and they got just like 2 freebies.
Ooh,
that's
rough.
really scary now for Omega Gaming. I felt like the last 3 minutes before that, they kind of came back after, once again, a laning stage that didn't really go their way. But now with an Aegis, he's feeling very confident. Mingate has just been farming. He is number 3 in net worth, only slightly behind Delina, looking for that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Oh no.
He had to TP, but
maybe he can juke. Oh, can juke and break some
Nice.
ankles, and he's out.
All right. Yeah, it's just they're kind of lacking damage, but with the Chrono, if they're well positioned, I'm sure they can kill everyone but the Ursa, because they do have Hoodwink's Sharpshooter. So it's really about trying to get us a wrap around or just split the map, because Ursa, he doesn't really siege very well. It's not like they're gonna take. Usually, you get the first Aegis, you get all tier 2s. It doesn't really work that way with Ursa. You have to win a lot of fights. So if Omega they don't give the fights, there's still a lot of hope, especially if they get a good Chrono.
Yeah. We'll have to see how they're gonna be able to make that happen. Hoodwink has an Aether Lens. I still feel like this Hoodwink can do a lot. Actually, Shadow Demon also has his Aether Lens already. Yeah. Both of these position 4s on top of it. I have now the cast range. As, Dark Demon is gonna go down. Stormspirit now finished his Orchid. And I feel like this is now what can Omega Gaming make with this timing for the Storm Spirit. Because he went Orchid, he didn't go Kaya to farm or anything like that. He went Orchid, so he wants to get kills. Who can he kill?
I mean, he has to kill either Disruptor or Shadow Demon, or else he dies every time he goes for a kill. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? Because ideally he would like to kill Delina before BKB, which is so close, by the way. He just buys the recipe. They're gonna smoke, but I hope they are aware this Lina's BKB is almost done. And they're gonna smoke on both sides, actually.
Looks like, yeah, there's gonna be the counter smoke from the Radiant. And Dire, they're gonna walk into the triangle, but at the same time, Radiant walks into the enemy jungle. And Tau?
Nice positioning by Omega. They get the
Yeah.
high ground on one side.
They are going to miss everybody, and it's actually Mingate who might get gone on. He feels safe thanks to this ward, but he now knows that there might be something going on. They saw the Lina farming there. And now they see Tau being around here, and... Oh, Chan has been seen by the Ursa. There's now a Blink Dagger on the Ursa. They're going to be jump away the Orchid onto the Ursa, but it's not going to be enough. The Arena comes out with the Spear, connects, and the follow-up LSA plus Laguna Blade. They take down the Storm Spirit. They are going to find a kill onto the Ursa, but can they find the second kill as he comes back to life from an Aegis? And that is the Aegis advantage.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's that Storm pick was so bold from Omega. It's really hard to make it work against those two supports, and at the same time, if you lose your lanes, then it kind of compounds, right? And playing the fights become a nightmare, honestly. The Aegis definitely plays a part, but even without Aegis, it is an insanely hard to execute team fight / gank.
Yeah, we still haven't really seen, like, we have seen that one Chrono in the mid lane, which didn't look too bad. But the prowess of this position 5 phases Void, you're gonna need to find those Chronospheres. So we have a jump here top onto the Mars. I don't think he has enough damage though. There, Kara gets the spear, and he will be out. As at the same time, they find Tau finds the Hoodwink. He did use the BKB in his last fight. Oh, there's gonna be a disruption onto Mingate. And that's just gonna go on this Dragon. He's taking so much damage, and Janek is here now too. The Thunderstrike now jumps in. There's gonna be the Surge, and Mingate is gonna be able to survive.
He blipped the other one. Oh, okay.
They thought they had that kill, and now that's a good Chronosphere, but the save from the Shadow Demon. And now they're gonna be stuck in the Static Storm. Hoodwink, I don't think you want to TP in here. They're gonna jump onto Janek, finding that kill. They find the kill onto the Ursa, actually, with the Sharpshooter. And now looking to go onto the Shadow Demon. That's a third kill. The Spear connects onto the Storm Spirit. But there's nothing left in the tank for Radiant. So, I mean, in the end, they killed 3 heroes there.
Yeah, they don't lose the gyro. It's much better than they could have happened at the end. The problem is that it's still like a super hard matchup for the gyro versus Ursa. This is so similar to game 1, honestly. Like, you have this awful early game, then some kind of miraculous fights start happening for Omega, but the end game is so dire still, because like this Ursa is gonna have Swift Blink Abyssal MKB against the gyro, and he's just food. Like, he needs a Satanic, he needs saves, which he kind of does, you know. There's Surge, there is a mech, but I don't know, Chronosphere is gonna have to be a save in a way. The Void will need a perfect Chrono that traps the Ursa, doesn't trap the gyro, and somehow they kill the Ursa in that time frame. Very hard to execute.
Definitely very hard to execute, and
it does have the mean hammer though, so that's a start.
Yeah, I thought Phases Void was working towards that. Also goes now for the shard, so the reverse time walk gonna come out. I mean, now he can Chronosphere into Meteor Hammer.
Interesting. Yeah, it's it's a lot of damage, honestly. If you can proc it correctly, but it's such a high cooldown on the Chronosphere. So when he's not doing that, he can definitely feel like a dead weight.
Oh, Publissex got stuck with the LSA and avoids the Bushwhack. Now the Glimpse gonna come out. Pau is gonna force to use his BKB. Sharpshooter connects onto Janek.
Mars TP at bottom. I'm
He
sorry.
just walks on forward, pretending he has Chronosphere while he doesn't have it. I need to be careful against that illusion there, Janek. One more hit from that illusion would have killed the Disruptor. The jump forward here onto the Ursa. Ursa, he has Hyper Rage. It's gonna be saved by the disruption. Jumps forward now, going directly onto Mingati. Has his BKB and this Gyrocopter. That's the carry that was just farming the entire time, and he doesn't look farmed.
Yeah, it's
and now looking to go on to Lissex. Another kill for him, going into the trees, looking for Dark Demon. He at least has Scurry to get away. And that was a fight that at some point Omega Gaming wanted to take, but it just felt like this Ursa, as soon as he is saved, he will get Enrage off and BKB, and there's no killing him.
Yeah, I don't know why they wanted to force that fight so close to Roshan spawning with Gyro having no BKB. I think at the end of the day, whoever gave the call to force that fight just made this game even harder, because now they don't have BKB, right? So they cannot contest Roche. And they gave more farming advantage away for G Pride. This is a free Roche, I think.
Yeah. Now this is gonna be Shard for the Ursa as well. Oh, you thought that he was killing him was hard before. It is gonna get even harder.
Yeah, like the only advantage Omega has now is that the push on the side of G Pride is not great, but you know, even Lina can do a lot of siege damage once the Crystallis is ready. They didn't really give the Aegis to her, so they really just won now, playing super aggressively, and they're gonna try and siege after they win fights. That's usually how it goes if you do that.
And an Arcane Rune now on the Ursa. He's looking to invade the enemy triangle. He does not care. Jumps on up. John gets a time walk away. There's a bushwhack. He has used now his real enrage. That's going to be the glimpse back onto John. And that's a dead Faces Void. Going for the Hoodwink. The arena connects. And that's both supports now down on the side of Omega Gaming. I believe that's just going to be a free tier 2.
Yeah, maybe even more. Even though there is Chrono, G Pride they look unstoppable in those fights. They have as long as Shadow Demon is playing appropriately, I don't think that Chrono really scares G Pride anymore.
Yeah, it is as you mentioned. There are safe factors for the Radiant against that Chronosphere. There's gonna be a jump in from Tano and forces the Static Storm.
Cool. Yeah, he's very close to his BKB, so that is one power spike they are striving towards. The BKB on the Storm actually being, the Gyro being ready, and the Storm being so close. So if they can smoke once that BKB is done. Oh wait, did he just pop a solo smoke on the Void? I guess, yeah, that's an old one. All right.
They need to get out a little bit faster.
I'm just unsure if they should force a fight without G Pride going high ground, because that's one of the few advantages they're going to be able to get. If they try and force a fight outside of their base with Aegis up, I think it could be a huge mistake.
Jump on forward here by now. He gets a time walk away, but the glimpse is going to be there. And that is a dead Faces Void. Where is it? Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, this game needs.
It's getting very hard for Omega Gaming, and now he is gonna go high ground now. They don't have Static Storm for 2 more seconds actually just now. Just gonna jumps in, gets the first hit bash, and forces the sharpshooter already.
Good reward there by Genak. They have total control here. They need a miracle.
Yeah, and it's now Kara is going to jump in here, finds the spear onto the Hoodwink. Hoodwink gonna die first. Chan is here. Static Storm not gonna connect onto anything actually. Now still has that Aegis. Forced to use his enrage. Jump forward here by Tano. Goes for the backlines. Doesn't want any save to come out, but the Glimmer Cape gonna be there. And now looking to go onto now. That's gonna be Aegis down. But the Night Chronosphere. But no, the disruption gonna be there. And Tao gonna be saved. Forced to use his BKB, however, and is still gonna go down. Now, however, he's the big carry. Looking to go into the Faceless Void, but Faceless Void gets a time walk off. Now, can they kite around this Ursa? Gonna be the question. The spear gonna be there. Mingate doesn't have the BKB anymore, but he is pretty strong himself. They find the kill onto the Faceless Void. Mingate now stuck in the kinetic field, just trying to fight back here. Dismar showed himself a little bit too close there. Mingate. Oh, the spear connects. A few more right clicks. And the gyrocopter died. Oh, that was just beautiful kiting back from G Pride there.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the Void got caught off guard, and he was forced to chrono super early before the Aegis on the Ursa procced. So the Meteor Hammer doesn't land the Ursa. He was so close to dying, right? I think he was like 250 HP. Meteor Hammer is like 600 HP total. That could have been the difference. But they are playing under a lot of pressure, so it was not easy to get the chrono combo there, unfortunately. Also, great save from the ESD. He was super patient saving the Lina.
Yeah.
Inside the chrono.
No.
I mean, Barracks are still up though, so there's always hope, right?
Yeah, you have a Chronosphere, like even as a support. This is what. Oh, actually, he's gonna jump here onto the Shadow Demon, but Tao is in the area, lands the LSA, and now looking to hit back onto Tano. Tano gonna die.
Oh, the glimpse.
Oh, Dark Demon now. He has a decoy. And decoy lands onto now, actually. But, oh, you don't want a man fight against this Ursa. Ursa gonna be bushwhacked and walled here. Now the arena coming out here from Kara, making short work of Chan, but Chan gets a time walk away. And it is now Radiant who is going to back off. Oh, cuts the tree there by Janek. He has his own Quelling Blade. Still looking for that Disruptor. That Disruptor has another Glimmer.
That Ursa illusion so fast.
Oh.
Oh,
And Bushwhack connects. He's dead.
All right. Some breathing room. I think a little bit of a hasty move from G Pride, forcing things a little bit too much. They have to be patient, all right? If they keep giving kills away and eventually lucky respawn timer just presents itself, Omega can definitely still win this if they get the third Aegis.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, Ursa, like we talked about during the draft for Radiant, their lineup looks a lot more timing dependent. Overall, the longer this game goes, I mean, Chronosphere is always an insane teamfight spell. You have a Storm Spirit, even Gyrocopter, like he's getting very scary. He's now going for the Daedalus, so he's going to start to deal serious amounts of deeps.
Oh yeah. The deeps is real. Satanic on the Ursa, getting pretty close. That's gonna be the dispel for the time dilation. Super annoying for him. This Lina is like gigantic with the Silver Edge crit. But you know, they have their BKBs, so it's really about positioning, vision, and ideally not forcing a fight too close to Roche. And so just like wasting cooldowns, allowing G Pride to get inside the Roche and get the third Aegis. If they get the third Aegis, this game is very grim. If they don't, it could really go either way.
Yeah, and we, like, if Dire finds, like, one successful team fight, that leads into 1 or 2 tier 1 towers going down. Like, that's suddenly a big net worth swing for Omega Gaming. Like, just getting some solid money into everybody's hands. Darkseer has a pipe, has a mech, looking now for the Blink Dagger. So looking to become a little bit more of a initiator or counter initiator. Uh-oh, Chan, however. It's gonna get hit by the LSA. Even Static Storm committed for that.
If that was the old Faceless Void with the HP talent, he maybe survived. But I think that's why they don't really do the support Void that much anymore.
Mhm.
You do get some time dilation DPS talents, but it was really having 2.5k HP with no items the reason it seemed to be that good at
Yeah.
that time.
Now we have a Satanic finished on the Mars.
He
Once
loves that,
again,
right?
Kara.
That's the second time he goes for this
Yeah.
build.
Tano does spot out some heroes. He's gonna lose his Kaya, however.
Wow, so close on the TP.
Oh, that's gonna be the jump in from Tano here. They're trying to go on to now.
Roshin 20. That's the big one.
That is indeed the big one. Also now Disruptor. Wait, does he have three parts of his Agnum? He has 3 parts of his Agnum Scepter. Pillowstone putting in overwork.
And the scan from G Pride actually doesn't connect, even though they were super close on the edge there. So if they read this wrongly, they could be surprised. They could be jumped. Smoke though about to end for Omega, so they don't really have the chance to try and surprise G Pride.
We now have an Agnum Scepter on the Hoodwink, so some amplified spell damage gonna be there.
A Hunter's Boomerang.
200 gold away, 100 gold away from the Disruptor having Agnum Scepters. I believe that's what most likely Radiant is going to be waiting for.
Yeah, if he sells the Quelling Blade there, he pretty much has it.
But he wants to keep the Quelling Blade against the Hoodwink.
Does he? He wants that eggs.
Yeah,
there
he
you
sells
go.
it. Ah, disappointed. Disappointed. Now there's going to be the TP coming in. So now Agnum Scepter, Static Storm. There's no way to get rid of it if you're in it.
Really hard to take fights now. If the Storm doesn't jump with BKB, could be a disaster.
He finds a regen rune. Is immediately going to use it. Now, it's going to be the 5-man smoke from G Pride. Roche is up. It's an Agnum's Blessing. Wonder if they're going to give it to the Mars again. Or maybe the Ursa, actually.
Oh, Jaro.
Careful. Mingate. But jump forward here by Kara, finds the 2 supports and lands the spear onto the Hoodwink at the same time going onto the Gyrocopter as well. He got his BKB off before the Static Storm, but now still just finishes him off. Genex still alive! There's gonna be the Chronosphere, but what damage! The damage comes out from Tao, finishing off the Faceless Void. And the high five coming out here, and there's no mana on the Storm Spirit. And that's a full team by Blizzax finds the kill onto Dismar with some illusions. And is gonna keep the waves pushed in. So they're not gonna get any substantial objective in terms of enemy buildings, but they're gonna take the Roche.
Yeah. Gonna be a quick Roche for now. I think you get the eggs for sure. Maybe give the cheese for the Lina.
Yeah, he puts 3 things in his backpack and eats the eggs. Okay. And that is, you mentioned it during the draft, like the Lina, she has range. If she is not in that Chronosphere, she is just gonna hit the Faceless Void, and we saw exactly that in action there.
Yeah, I mean, and when it's a support Faceless Void instead of a core, I think he got 4 hit or something.
Yeah,
so much
it was rough. As now, gonna go on to now.
Wow, that's a ridiculous amount of damage, actually. What the hell?
That's 2,000 damage just from the 2 supports being done, but
yeah,
gonna be able to get away with the Satanic, so.
Yeah, but that's scary, you know. If they just randomly do that much damage to you, you don't feel that safe going high ground.
Yeah, like it is that Hunter's Boomerang into Sharpshooter. It is so much damage. Gonna go for the safe approach, looking for the tier 1 bottom and tier 2 there as well. Tano gonna jump forward here, going on to Kara, but Kara is so tanky. He doesn't even care.
I don't know.
They're
about
just gonna
this.
jump
Is
here onto
super
Mingate.
weird.
Gonna go in here with the BKB, going on to the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter is just dead. Okay, now looking for the Shadow Demon here, but Dismar has the Aeon Disc. Now Disruption coming out here. Spear lands onto the Storm Spirit, and that's 3 heroes go down. Now looking for something more here. Lissex. Oh, one more hit. It's gonna be
there you
enough.
go.
Tau
It's a
gets the
crit.
double kill. And Dark Demon, he wants more. He wants the triple kill. Going on to tier 4s. Spear misses, but the slow is still gonna be enough. And they're just... Oh, Tau, okay. Tau just walks into the enemy fountain while they haven't taken a single set of racks yet.
He is
And-
feeling it. He is definitely feeling it.
They're not even hitting the racks. They know there's backdoor protection, so there's nothing they can really do.
I mean, that Lina hit so hard.
Yeah, if now did actually... Okay. They forced a
Alright.
GG by just standing in their base. That's gonna be the curse here. GG being called. And Gorilla's Pride. Like, very strong play there from them. The position 5 faces Void. Like, we saw glimpses of how it could work, but in the end, it just felt like Gorilla's Pride was in control of the game. 22-2-5 on this Ursa.
Yeah, you know, I think the Void is an easy scapegoat. Obviously, it didn't work that well. I think if they send it to the offlane with Darkseer, it could have definitely be more impactful. But the real problem, I feel, is picking Storm into a game like this. Maybe that's the only hero left that Tana was comfortable with. But you could see how impossible it is. Like, you jump the Shadow Demon, you get Static Storm. You jump the Disruptor, you get Disrupted, and then there's an LSA or a Spear, and you die. So you need 2 items to be relevant, but you're a Storm in a game where 2 side lanes got crushed. Like, how... I'm even surprised the game took that long at the end of the day. But, you know, having Ursa not being able to push that much probably was a part of it. It's just... I think at the end of the day, the drafting from Omega needs to step up. Because I don't think they played bad. They were even able to show signs of playing at the same level of Gorilla's Pride, but their draft just made it so hard.
Yeah, so something for them to work on. It is the first week of DPC. A lot can happen, but Gorilla's Pride off to a great start there. Wins the first series 2-0. So far, all of our 3 best of 3s that we have seen have gone 2-0. Now, that is what we're done with today for Division 2. We'll have Division 1 coming up in about 50 minutes. Is when Team Infamous goes up against Thunder Predator. Bowie, can we see you there?
Oh yeah, I will be there. I wish you were there as well, aponzeus, but hopefully we're going to be able to cast some extra games of the DPC. It was such a pleasure, dude. I had a lot of fun. Especially the first series of this, the first game of this series. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course, thank you so much for casting with me. I hope you all enjoyed this cast and the South American DPC. Don't go anywhere, however. Like, maybe grab a little something to a snack, something to drink, and we'll be back in about 50 minutes with Division 1 South America. See you there.
See ya.